सगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गे राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुस्ते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी नित्याम्ने नमस्ते सारस्वते गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य तारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे थैंक यू प्रभु
Oh, thank you so much, Prabhu.
हरि बोल।
Oh, then the prayer.
ओके प्रभु I can read.
Yes, Prabhu.
नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् शृण्वतां स्वकथा कृष्ण पुण्यश्रवणकीर्तन हृद्यन्तस्थो ये भद्राणि विधृणोति सुरसतां नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकीम् प्रभु meaning also
Yes, Prabhu.
before reciting this Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, which is the very means of conquest, one should offer a full of thanks unto the personality of Godhead Narayana, unto Nar Narayan Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Sri Vyasdev, the author. Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, who is the Paramatma, supersoul in everyone's heart, and the benefactor of the truthful devotee, cleanses desire for material enjoyment from the heart of the devotee who has developed the urge to hear his message, which are in themselves virtuous when properly heard and chanted. By regular attendance in the classes on the Bhagavatam and by the rendering of service to the pure devotee, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed, and loving service unto the personality of Godhead, who is praised with transcendental songs, is established as an irrevocable fact. Thank you, bro.
Haribol. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Who wants to read first? Oh, Hare Krishna, Sridhar Krishna Prabhu, Dandar Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, may I read first?
Yes, Prabhu.
Subhadra Draupadi Kunti Viratat Tanaya Tatha Gandhari Dhritarashtrastvayamo Vrikodharascha Dhaumi Vimuhi
Prabhu, your voice is cutting.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, am I audible?
Yes, Prabhu, now you're audible.
Hare Krishna. Uh, I don't know, Prabhu, it left out in between. And also, like, some voices are breaking, like, previously.
Let's hear, Prabhu.
Okay, so, Kunti, mother of Pandavas, Vira, Vira, Tanaya, the daughter of also Gandhari, the mother of Duryodhan, Dhritarashtra, the father of Duryodhan, Cha, and Yuyutsu, the son of Dhritarashtra by his Vaishya wife, Gautama, Kripacharya, Sahadeva, Vrikodhara, Bhima, Cha, and Dhaumya, and Striya, also other ladies of the palace, Matsya Sutadaya, the daughter of a fisherman, Satyavati, Bhishma's stepmother, could not tolerate Vimuhyantah, almost fainting, Viraham separation, Saranga Dhanvanaha of Sri Krishna, who bears a conch in his hand. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Yeah.
And that time, Subhadra, Draupadi, Kunti, Uttara, Gandhari, Dhritarashtra, Bacharya, Nakula, Sahadeva, Bhimasena, Dhaumya, Satyavati are nearly fainted because it was impossible for them to bear separation from Lord Krishna. Purport: Lord Shri Krishna is so attractive for all the living beings, especially for the devotees, that it is impossible for them to tolerate separation. The conditioned soul, under the spell of illusory energy, forgets the Lord, otherwise he cannot. The feeling of such separation cannot be described, but it can simply be imagined only. After his separation from Vrindavan, from the innocent rural cowherd boys, girls, ladies, and others, they all felt shock throughout their lives, and the separation of Radharani, the most beloved cowherd girl, is beyond expression. Once they met at Kurukshetra, during a solar eclipse, the feeling which was expressed by them is heart-rending. There is, of course, a difference in the qualities of the transcendental devotees of the Lord, but none of them who have ever contacted the Lord by direct communion or otherwise can leave him for a moment. That is the attitude of the pure devotee. Okay. So Krishna kinds of attracts everyone like a very strong magnet if he is a pure devotee.
Yes, Prabhu.
Not like us conditions also. Okay. Satsang dusang buddhasya sakridaknyam तस्मिन्याष्टधीयः पार्थ कथं दर्शनस्पर्शसंलाप शयनभोजनैः भोजनैः Satsangat, by association of pure devotees, Mukta Dussangah, freed from bad materialistic association, Hatum, to give up, Na Utsahate, never attempts, Buddha, one who has understood the Lord, Kirtyamanam, glorifying, Yashah, fame, Yasya, host, Sakrit, only, once only, Akranya, hearing only, Rochanam, pleasing, uh, Tasmin, unto him, Nyastadhyah, one who has given up his mind unto him, Partha, the son of Pritha, Sahiram, can tolerate, Viraham, separation, Katham, how, Darshan, seeing eye to eye, Sparsha, touching, Samlapa, conversing, Shayan, sleeping arsan. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. The intelligent who have understood the Supreme Lord in association with pure devotees and have become freed from bad materialistic association can never avoid hearing the glories of the Lord, even though they have heard them only once. How then could he be intimately associated with his person? Prabhu, can you scroll down?
Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhu, your voice is breaking. Amit
Yes, Prabhu. Sometimes we don't hear it.
Sami Prabhu?
Ribor, did you read this part, Prabhu? Translation fully. Ribor. Amit Prabhu, can you hear?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. I don't know
Ribor.
what happened. Or it all stuck in between.
We cannot hear you, Prabhu.
Okay.
Can I read, Prabhu? Sorry, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. You can read. Amit Prabhu can read afterwards when his connection.
I you're coming in wave.
Amit, Prabhu, your voice is breaking.
Okay, Sridhar Krishna Prabhu, you can read.
I guess, Prabhu. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. The intelligent who have understood the Supreme Lord in association with pure devotees and have become freed from bad materialistic association can never avoid hearing the glories of the Lord, even though they have heard them only once. How then could the Pandavas tolerate his separation? For they had been intimately associated with his person, seeing him eye to eye, touching him, conversing with him, and sleeping, sitting, and dining with him. Purport. The living being's constitutional position is one of serving a superior. He is obliged to serve by force the dictates of illusory material energy in different phases of sense gratification. And in serving the senses, he is never tired. Even though he may be tired, the illusory energy forces him to do so without being satisfied perpetually. There is no end of such sense gratification, sense gratificatory business, and the conditioned soul becomes entangled in such servitude without any hope of release. The release is only effected by association of true devotees. By such association, one is gradually promoted to his transcendental consciousness. Thus, he can know that his eternal position is to render service unto the Lord, and not to the perverted senses in the capacity of lust, anger, desire to lord it over, etc. The material society, friendship, and love all are different phases of lust. Home, country, family, society, wealth, and all sorts of corollaries. I cannot see the screen, Prabhu. Oh, sorry, Prabhu, it's not there. I probably guess there is some disturbance in the internet connection for Sami Prabhu.
Yes, the internet is not so good tonight.
Yes, Prabhu.
I think we lost Swami Prabhu also.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah.
What to do now? The one who is hosting, we lost him.
Oh, I see two
Hari Prabhu,
Akash
please.
Prabhus. I just saw
I'm
two
back.
Akash Prabhu. Oh, Prabhu's back.
Yes, Prabhu, the rascal computer turned off.
Oh, good.
Wow, really? Okay. We thought you go to Vaikunta already.
No, are we still live? There, the YouTube. Audible, yeah. Okay, we can continue.
Hmm. Yes, Prabhu. The material, society, friendship, and love all are different phases of lust. Home, country, family, society, wealth, and all sorts of corollaries are all causes of bondage in this material world, where the threefold miseries of life are concomitant factors. By associating with pure devotees and by hearing them submissively, attachment for material enjoyment becomes slackened, and attraction for hearing about the transcendental activities of the Lord becomes prominent. Once they will go on progressively without stoppage, like fire and gunpowder. It is said that Hari, the personality of Godhead, is so transcendently attractive that even those who are self satisfied by self realization and are factually liberated from all material bondage also become devotees of the Lord. Under the circumstances, it is easily understood what must have been the position of Pandavas, who were constant companions of the Lord. They could not even think of separation from Sri Krishna, because the attraction was more intense for them because of continuous personal contact. His remembrance by his form, qualities, name, fame, pastimes, etc., is also attractive for the pure devotee. So much so that he forgets all forms, quality, name, fame, and activities of the mundane world. And due to his mature association with pure devotees, he is not out of contact with the Lord for a moment. Oh. Text 13. सर्वे ते निमिषैरक्षैस्तमनो धृतशेतशः वीक्षन्तः सम्बद्ध विचेलुस्तत्र तत्रः. Survey all, they, animishaihi, without twinkling of the eyes, akshaihi, by the eye, tam manu, after him, dhruta chetashaha, melted heart, vikshantaha, looking upon him, sneha sambaddaha, bound by pure affection, vicheluhu, began to move, tatra, here and there, so they did. Translation. All their hearts were melting for him on the part of attraction. They looked at him without blinking their eyes, and they moved hither and thither in perplexity. But Krishna is naturally attractive for all living beings because he is the chief eternal amongst all eternals. He alone is the maintainer of the many eternals. This is stated in the Kathopanishad Veda. And thus, one can obtain permanent peace and prosperity by revival of one's eternal relation with him, now forgotten under the spell of Maya or illusion energy of the law. Once this relation is slightly revived, the conditioned soul at once becomes freed from the illusion of material energy and becomes mad after the association of the Lord. This association is made possible not only in personal contact with the Lord, but also by association of his name, fame, form, and quality. And Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam trains the conditioned soul to this stage of perfection by submissive hearing from the pure devotee. Text 14. न्यायरुन्दानुग उत्कलद्भास्पम् औत्कन्तया देवकीसुते निर्याति अगरान्मोद्रं नो भद्रं निर्याति अगारान्नो भाद्रम् इति स्याद्बान्धवा स्त्रियाः. Nyayarundan checking with great difficulty, Udgalat, overflowing, bospum tears, outkantayat, because of great anxiety, Devaki Sute, unto the son of Devaki, Niryati, having come out, Agarat, from the palace, Naha, not, Abhadram, inauspiciousness, Iti, thus, Syat, may happen, Bantava, relative, Priyaha, ladies. Translation: the female relatives whose eyes were flooded with tears out of anxiety for Krishna came out of the palace. They could only stop their tears with great difficulty. They feared that tears would cause misfortune at the time of departure. Perfect. There were hundreds of ladies in the palace of Hastinapura. All of them were affectionate to Krishna. All of them were relatives also. When they saw that Krishna was going away from the palace for his native place, they were very anxious for him. As usual, tears began to roll down their cheeks. They thought at the same time that tears at that moment might be a cause of misfortune for Krishna. Therefore, they wanted to check them. It was very difficult for them because they could not be checked. Therefore, they smeared their tears in their eyes, and their hearts stopped. Therefore, ladies who were the wives and daughters-in-law of those who died in the battlefield never came in direct contact with Krishna. But all of them heard of him and his great activities, and thus they thought of him, talked of him, his name, fame, etc. And thus they became affectionate also, like those who were in direct contact. Therefore, directly or indirectly, anyone who thinks of Krishna, talks of Krishna, or worships Krishna becomes attached to him. Because Krishna is absolute, there is no difference between his name, form, quality, etc. Our intimate relation with Krishna can be confidentially revived by talking of, hearing of, or remembering him. It is so done due to spiritual potency. Very good.
One more, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu, I'm going to read. Text 15. Mridanga Shankaperyascha Dina Panavago Mukaha Dunduri Anaka Gantadya. Sorry, Prabhu, I'm killing it. Nedur Dundubhya Sata Nedur Dundubhayastata Mridanga, sweet sounding drum. Shankar, conch shell. Beria, brass band. Cha, and Veena, string band. Panava, a kind of flute. Gomukhaha, another flute. Dunduri, another drum. Anaka, kettle. Ganta, bell. Adyaha, others. Nedahu, sounded. Adundubhya, other different types of drums. Tata, at that time. Translation: while the Lord was departing from the place of Hastinapura, different tribes of drums like the Mridanga, Dole, Nagra, Dunduri, and Dundubi, and flutes of different types, the Veena, Gomukha, and Beri all sounded together to show him honor. Text 16. Can I read one more, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu, you can read one more. It was short.
Yes, Prabhu. Prasada Sikararuddaha Kurunaryo Didrikshaya Mavrishu Kushumai Krishnam Prema Vrita Smite Kshanaha. Prasada, palace. Shikara, the roof. Arudaha, ascending. Kurunadiha, the ladies of the Kuruda royalty. Didikshaya, seeing. Vavrishu, showered. Kushumaihi, by flowers. Krishnam, upon Lord Krishna. Prema, out of affection and love. Vridasmita Ikshanaha, glancing with shy smiles. Translation: out of a loving desire to see the Lord, the royal ladies of the Kurus got up on top of the palace, and smiling with affection and shyness, they showered flowers upon the Lord. Wow. Purport. Shyness is a particular extra-natural beauty of the fair sex, and it commands respect from the opposite sex. This custom was observed even during the days of the Mahabharata, that is, more than 5,000 years ago. It is only the less intelligent persons who are not well versed in the history of the world who say that observance of separation of female from male is an introduction of the Mohammedan period in India. Hmm. This incident from the Mahabharata period proves definitely that the ladies of the palace observed strict purda, strict parda, restricted association with men, and instead of coming down in the open air, where Lord Krishna and others were assembled, the ladies of the palace went up on the top of the palace, and from there paid their respects to Lord Krishna by showers of flowers. It is definitely stated here that the ladies were smiling there on top of the palace, checked by shyness. This shyness is a gift of nature to the fair sex, and it enhances their beauty and prestige, even if they are of less important family or even if they are less attractive. We have practical experience of this fact. A sweeper woman commanded the respect of many respectable gentlemen simply by manifesting a lady's shyness. Half naked ladies in the street do not command any respect, but a shy sweeper's wife commands respect from all. Human civilization, as conceived by the sages of India, is to help one free himself from the clutches of illusion. The material beauty of a woman is an illusion because actually the body is made of earth, water, fire, air, etc. But because there is association of the living spark within matter, it appears to be beautiful. No one is attracted by an earthen doll, even if it is most perfectly prepared to attract the attention of others. The dead body has no beauty because no one will accept the dead body of a so-called beautiful woman. Therefore, the conclusion is that the spirit spark is beautiful, and because of the soul's beauty, one is attracted by the beauty of the outward body. The Vedic wisdom, therefore, forbids us to be attracted by false beauty. But because we are now in the darkness of ignorance, the Vedic civilization allows very restricted mixing of women and men. They say that the woman is considered to be the fire and the man is considered to be the butter. The butter must melt in association with fire, and therefore they may be brought together only when it is necessary. And shyness is a check to the unrestricted mixing. It is nature's gift and it must be utilized. Wow, very good. So true. Thank you very much, Prabhu, for helping me today.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Okay, who will be next?
Yes, Prabhu, one I can read.
Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Sita. Yes, Prabhu, you can read.
Yes. स्थितात पत्रं जग्राह मुक्तधाम विभूषितं रत्नदण्डं गुडाकेशः प्रियतमस्यः Sita Atpatram, soothing umbrella, Jagraha took up Muktadam, decorated with laces and pearls, Vibhushitam, embroidered, Ratna Dandam, with a handle of jewels, Gudakesha Arjuna, the expert warrior, or one who has conquered sleep, Priya, most beloved, Priyatamasya of the most beloved, her, so he did. Translation and puppet by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. At that time, Arjun was the great warrior and conqueror of sleep, who is the intimate friend of the most beloved Supreme Lord, took up an umbrella which had a handle of jewels and was embroidered with lace and pearls. But gold, jewels, pearls, and valuable stones are used in the luxurious royal ceremonies. They They are all nature's gifts and are produced by the hills, oceans, etc., by the order of the Lord. When man does not waste his valuable time in producing unwanted things in the name of necessities. By so-called development of industrial enterprises, they are using now pots of good gutta percha instead of metals like gold, silver, brass, and copper. And they are using margarine instead of purified butter, and 1/4 of the city population has no shelter. कहाँ की बात?
They use this margarine.
कौन सी जगह की बात है? Royal description है उद्धव सात्यकिश्चैव व्यजने परमाद्भुते विकीर्यमानः कुसुमयि रेजे मधुपति पथि. Uddhava, a cousin brother of Krishna, Satyaki, his driver, Cha, and Eva, certainly, Vyajane engaged in fanning. Param Adbhute, decorative, Vikirya Manah, seated on scattered Kusumai flowers all around. Reje commanded Madhupati, master of Madhu, Krishna, Pati, on the road. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Uddhava and Satyaki began to fan the Lord with a decorated fan, and the Lord, as the master of Madhu, seated on scattered flowers, commanded them along the road. Prabhu, please scroll down. आश्रयन्ताशिष सत्याश तत्र द्विजेरितः नानुरूपानुरूपश्च निर्गुणस्य गुणात्मनः. Ashruyant, being heard, Ashisha, benediction, Satyah, all truths, Tatra here, here, Tatra here, क्या है? Tatra here, Tatra there, Dvija sounded by Anurupa, befitting, Anurupa, fitting, Cha also, Nirgunasya of the absolute, Guna Atmanah, playing the role of a human being, being heard here, Prabhupada ki jai. It was being heard here and there that the benedictions being paid to Krishna were never befitting nor unbefitting because they were all for the absolute, who was now playing the part of a human being. But or at places there were sounds of Vedic benediction aiming at the personality of Godhead Shri Krishna. The benedictions were fitting in the sense that the Lord was playing the part of a human being as if a cousin of Maharaj Yudhishthir, but they were unfitting also because the Lord is absolute and has nothing to do with any kind of material relativities. He is nirguna, or there are no material qualities in him, but he is full of transcendental qualities. In the transcendental world, there is nothing contradictory, whereas in the relative world, everything has its opposite. In the relative world, white is the opposite conception of black, but in the transcendental world, there is no distinction between white and black. Therefore, the sounds of benedictions uttered by the learned Brahmanas here and there appear to be contradictory in relation with the absolute person. But when they are supplied to the absolute person, they lose all contradiction and become transcendental. One example may clear this idea. Lord Shri Krishna is sometimes described as a thief. He is very famous amongst his pure devotees as the Makhan Chor. He used to steal butter from the houses of neighbors at Vrindavan in his early age. Since then, he is a famous thief. But in spite of his being famous as a thief, he is worshipped as a thief, whereas in the mundane world, a thief is punished and is never praised. Being the absolute personality of Godhead, everything is applicable to him, and still, in spite of all contradictions, he is the supreme personality of Godhead. अन्योन्यम् आश्रित संजल्प उत्तम श्लोक चेतसां कौरवेन्द्र पुरस्त्रीणां सर्वश्रुति मनोहरः. Anyonyam, among one another, Asit Devya Sanjalpa, about Uttama Shloka, the supreme who is praised by selected poetry, Chetasam, of those whose hearts are absorbed in that way, Kauravendra, the king of the Kurus, Pura, capital, Srinam, all ladies, Sarva, all Shruti, the Vedas, Manahara, attractive to the mind. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. The ladies on the roofs of all the houses of Hastinapur, who were all absorbed in the thought of the transcendental qualities of the Lord, who is sung in select poetry, began to talk of him. This talk was more attractive than the hymns of the Vedas. Purport. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is said that in all the Vedic literatures, the goal is the personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. Factually, the glories of the Lord are depicted in such literature as the Vedas, Ramayana, and Mahabharata. And in the Bhagavatam, they are specifically mentioned in respect to the Supreme Lord. Therefore, while the ladies on the tops of the houses in the capital of the kings of the Kuru dynasty were talking about the Lord, they were more pleasing than the Vedic hymns. Anything sung in the praise of the Lord is Shruti mantra. There are songs of Thakur Narottam Das, one of the acharyas in the Gaudiya Sampradaya, composed in simple Bengali language. But Thakur Vishwanath Chakravarti, another very learned acharya of the same Sampradaya, has approved the songs by Thakur Narottam Das to be as good as Vedic mantras. And this is so because of the subject matter. Where it is, subject matter. The language is immaterial, but the subject matter is important. The ladies who were all absorbed in the thought and actions of the lords of Vedic wisdom. Otherwise, still, whatever they spoke was more attractive than the Vedic hymns. The Vedic hymns and the Upanishads are sometimes indirectly directed to the Supreme Lord. But the talks of the ladies are directly spoken of the Lord, and thus they were more pleasing to the heart. The ladies' talks appeared to be more valuable than the learned Brahmanas' benedictions. सवैकिलायं पुरुषः पुरातनो य एक आश्रिद अविशेष आत्मनि अग्रे गुणेभ्यो जगतात्मनीश्वरे निमिलितात्मनिषि सुप्तशक्तिषु सह he Krishna, why, as I remember, killer, definitely I am this Purushah, personality of Godhead, Puratanah, the original, Yaha, who Ekah, only one, Ashit, existed, Avisheshah, materially unmanifested, Atmani, own self, Agre, before creation, Gunebhyah, of the modes of nature, Jagat Atmani, unto the super soul, Ishvare, unto the supreme Lord, Nimilita, merged into Atman, the living entity, Nishi, Prabhu, I didn't complete full. Nishi Supta, inactive at night, Shaktisu, of the energies. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. They said he is the original personality of Godhead. As we definitely remember him, he alone existed before the unmanifested creation of the modes of nature, and in him only, because he is the supreme Lord, and all living beings merge as if sleeping at night, their energy suspended. But there are two types of dissolution of the manifestive cosmos at the end of every 4320 solar years. When Brahma, the lord of one particular universe, goes to sleep, there is one annihilation, and at the end of the Brahma's life, which takes place at the end of Brahma's 100 years of age, in our calculation, at the end of it is 8640 into 30 into 12 into 100 solar years, there is complete annihilation of the entire universe. And in both the periods, both the material energy called Mahat Tattva and the marginal energy called Jiva Tattva merge in the person of the Supreme Lord. The living being remains asleep within the body of the Lord until there is another creation of the material world. And that is the way of creation, maintenance, and annihilation of the material manifestation. The material creation is affected by the interaction of the three modes of material nature set in action by the Lord, and therefore it is said here that the Lord existed before the modes of material nature were set in motion. In the Shruti mantra, it is said that only Vishnu, the Supreme Lord, existed before the creation, and there were no Brahma or Shiva and other demigods. Vishnu means the Mahavishnu who is lying on the causal ocean, and his breathing only, by his breathing only, all the universes are generating seeds and gradually developing into gigantic forms with innumerable planets within each and every universe. The seeds of universes develop into gigantic forms in the way seeds of a banyan tree develop into numberless banyan trees. The Mahavishnu is the plenary portion of the Lord Shri Krishna, who is mentioned in the Brahma Samhita as follows. Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto the original personality of Godhead, Govinda, whose plenary portion is the Mahavishnu. All the Brahmas or the heads of the universes live only for the period of his exhaling after the universes are generated from the force of this transcendental body. Brahma Samhita 5.58. Thus, Govinda or Lord Krishna is the cause of Mahavishnu also. The ladies talking about the Vedic truth must have heard it from the authoritative sources. An authoritative source is the only means of knowing about the transcendental subject matter definitely. There is no other alternative. The merging of the living beings into the body of Mahavishnu takes place automatically at the end of Brahma's 100 years. But that does not mean that the individual living individual living being loses his identity. The identity is there. And as soon as there is another creation by the supreme will of the Lord, all the sleeping or inactive living beings are again let loose to begin their activities in the continuation of past different spheres of life. It is called Suptodhitamnaya, or awakening from sleep and again engaging in one's respective continuous duty. When a man is asleep at night, he forgets himself, what he is, what his duty is, and everything of his waking state. But as soon as he awakens from slumber, he remembers all that he has to do, and thus engages himself again in his prescribed activities. The living beings also remain merged in the body of Mahavishnu during the period of annihilation, but as soon as there is another creation, they arise to take up their unfinished work. This is also confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita 8.18 to 20. The Lord existed before the creative energy was set in action. The Lord is not a product of the material energy. His body is completely spiritual, and there is no difference between his body and himself. Before creation, the Lord remained in his abode, which is absolute and one. Prabhu, can any other devotee can read?
Haribol, thank you so much, Prabhu. Okay, then Shubham Prabhu or Kora Shakti Prabhu or Zero Prabhu or Akashdev Prabhu or Pranjal Prabhu. So who will read?
Yes, Prabhu, I can read one word.
Yes, Prabhu, thank you.
स एव भूयो निजवेदे चोदिताम् सजीव मायां प्रकृतिं स्थितिक्षतिम् अनामरूपात्मनिरूपनामनि विभु विदित्समानो नुससार शास्त्रकृत सही Thus, Bhoya again his own personal video potency, a Choditam performance of own Jew living beings, Mayam external energy, Prakatiman to material nature, Sisrik while recreating Nam without mundane designation, Rupa Atmani, forms of soul, Roop Namani, forms and names, Vidhitsita, Vidhitsmana, desiring to reward, Anu, Anusasar, interested, Shastrakrit, the compiler of revealed scripture. Translation: the personality of Godhead again desiring to give names and forms to his parts and parcel the living entities, place them under the guidance of my real nature by his own potency. My real nature is empowered. Is Prabhu, I cannot see here because it is empower, em, empowered to recreate. Yes, Prabhu. The divinities are part and parcel of the Lord. They are up to purpose. The living entities of part and parts are part and parcel of Lord. They are of two varieties, namely Nitya Mukta and Nitya Baddha. The Nitya Muktas are eternally liberated souls, and they are eternally engaged in the reciprocation of transcendental loving service with the Lord. With the Lord. Yes, Prabhu. Even Lord. In his eternal abode, beyond the manifested mundane creation. But the Nitya-Baddhas are eternally conditioned souls, are entrusted to his external energy, Maya, for rectification of their rebellious attitude toward the Supreme Father. For Nitya-Baddhas are eternally forgetful of their relation with the Lord as part and parcel. They are bewildered by the illusory energy as Prabhu. Please scroll down because I can't see there. Illusory energy as product of matter. Thus, they are very within making plans in the material world for becoming happy. They go on merely with plans, but by the will of the Lord, both the plan makers and the plans are annihilated at the end of a certain period. As was mentioned, this is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita as follows: Son of Kunti, when the period of the duration of the life of Brahma is ended, all the living entities merge into my nature, and again when the time of creation is ripe, I begin creation by agency of my external energy. The word bhuya indicate again and again this, that is to say, the process of creation, maintenance, and annihilation is going on perpetually by the external energy of the Lord. He is the cause of everything. But the living being who are constitutionally the part and parcel of the Lord and are forgetful of the sweet relation are given a chance again to get rid of the clutches of the external energy and to revive his the living beings consciousness. The revealed scripture are also created by the Lord. Yes, bro, scroll down, Prabhu, please, because I cannot see inside word. Vedic literature are the guiding direction for the conditioned soul, so they can get free from the repetition of creation and annihilation of the material world and the material body. The Lord says in Bhagavad Gita, the created world and the material energy are under my control, under the influence of Prakriti. Automatically, they are created again and again, and this is done by me through the agency of my external energy. Actually, the spiritual spark living entities have no material names or forms, but in order to fulfill their desire to lord it over the material energy of material forms and names, they are given a chance for such false enjoyment, and at the same time they are given a chance to understand the real position through the revealed scriptures. The police and is called the police and the forgetful human being is always busy with false form and false name. Scroll. Modern nationalism is the culmination of such a false names and false form. Men are made after false name and form. The form of body obtained under certain condition is taken up as practical, and the name also taken wielded the conditioned soul into in misusing the energy in the name of so many ism. The scripture, however, supply the clue of understanding the real position, but men are reluctant to take lesson from the scriptures created by the Lord for different places and time. For example, the Bhagavad Gita is guiding principle for every human being. But by spill of material energy, they don't take care to carry out the program of life in terms of Bhagavad Gita. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam is the postgraduate study of knowledge for one who has thoroughly understood the principle of Bhagavad Gita. Unfortunately, they have no taste for them, and therefore they are under the clutches of Maya, repetition of birth and death. Thank you, Prabhu.
Haribol, thank you so much, Prabhu. Okay, who wants to read one more verse? Last verse. Or two, maybe.
Prabhu, can I read?
Yes, Prabhu.
So va ayam yat padam atra surayo jitendriya nirjita mata rishavanaha pashyanti bhaktyuta kalita malatmana nanvesha sattvam parimarshitvam parhati. He, why, by providence, I am this, yet that, which Padam Akro. Here is the same supreme personality of Godhead, Shri Krishna. Surya, great devotees, Jitendriya, one who has overcome the influence of the senses, Nirjita, thoroughly controlled. Matarishvanaha, life, Pashyanti, can see. Bhakti, by dint of devotional service. Utkalita, developed. Amala Atmana, those whose minds are thoroughly cleansed. Nanu Eshaha, Certainly by this only Sattvam existence. Parimarsh Parimarshtam for purifying the mind completely. Arhat deserve. Translation. Here is the same Supreme Personality of Godhead, whose transcendental form is experienced by the great devotees who are completely. Prabhu, can you scroll down? Yes, Prabhu. Completely cleansed of material consciousness by dint of rigid devotional service and full control of life and the senses. And that is the only way to purify existence. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada ki jai. As it is stated in the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord can be known in His real nature by dint of pure devotional service only. So it is stated here that only the great devotees of the Lord were able to clear the mind of all material dusts. By rigid devotional service can experience the Lord as He is. Jitendriya means one who has full control over the senses. The senses are active parts of the body, and their activities cannot be stopped. The artificial means of the yogi processes to make the senses inactive has proved to be abject failure. In the case of great devotees like Vishwamitra Muni controlled the senses by yogic trance. But when he happened to meet Menaka, a heavenly society woman, he became a victim of sex. And the artificial way of controlling the senses failed. But in the case of a pure devotee, the senses are not at all artificially stopped, but the senses are stopped from doing anything. But they are given different good engagements. When the senses are engaged in more attractive activities, there is no chance of their being attracted by any other inferior engagements. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is said that the senses can only be controlled by better engagements. Devotional service necessitates purifying the senses or engaging them in the activities of devotional service. Devotional service is not inaction. Anything done in the service of the Lord becomes at once purified of its material nature. Material conception is due to ignorance only. There is nothing beyond Vasudeva. The Vasudeva conception gradually develops in the heart of the learned after a prolonged acceleration of the receptive uh, receptive organs. But the process ends in the knowledge of accepting Vasudeva as all in all. In the case of devotional service, this very same method is accepted from the very beginning. And by the grace of the Lord, all factual knowledge becomes revealed in the heart of a devotee due to dictation by the Lord from within. Therefore, controlling the senses by devotional service is the only and easiest means.
Hare Krishna,
So,
devotees and Pranam all goes to Prabhupada.
Oh,
so
Haribol.
now,
Adi Prabhu, please explain
Hare
the message
Krishna.
from Srila Prabhupada.
Pranam Jai
Yes,
Prabhupada. And
Prabhu.
please forgive me, Prabhu, for joining a little bit late because
Hare
I had two
Krishna,
exams.
Pranam.
And Pranam Jai Prabhupada. I just got so much tired, I just slept, I was just so sorry for that.
No problem, Prabhu.
Oh, is Akash the Prabhu continuing, or can I continue if he's done?
Yes,
After
Prabhu, you
he's
can
done, can I
continue.
continue? No,
Yes, Prabhu,
but
you
are
can
you done,
continue.
Prabhu? Are you
Yes,
done with
Prabhu,
your?
like this is the last verse, Prabhu.
Okay. Okay, Prabhu. So, Sami Prabhu, can I continue reading few verses? Is it okay, Prabhu, with you?
Haribol, yes, Prabhu.
And please excuse me for my voice. I just got a little bit again. Okay. Sava ayam saki hanugita satkatho vedeshu guhyeshu cha guhyavadibhihi ya ekaisho jagadatmalilaya shirjati avati atina tatra sajjate. Canto 1, chapter 10. What is the verse, Prabhu? Verse number? Verse 24. Okay. Synonyms. Saha, he, why, also, I am, this, Saki, oh my friend. Anugita, described. Sat, Kathaha, in excellent pastimes. Vedeshu, in the Vedic literatures. Guhyeshu, confidentially, cha, as also. Guhyava, Adindihi, by the confidential devotees, Yaha, one who, Ekaha, one only, Ishaha, the supreme controller, Jagat of the complete creation, Atma, super soul, Leelaya, by manifestation of pastimes, Sirjati creates, Avati also maintains and annihilates, Na never, Tatra there, Sajjate becomes attached to. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. Oh dear friends, here is that very personality of Godhead, whose attractive and confidential pastimes are described in the confidential parts of Vedic literature by his great devotees. It is he only who creates, maintains, and annihilates the material world and yet remains unaffected. Purport. As it is stated in the Bhagavad Gita and all Vedic literatures glorifying the greatness of Lord Sri Krishna, here it is confirmed in the Bhagavatam also. The Vedas are expanded by many branches and sub-branches by great devotees and empowered incarnations of the Lord like Vyasa, Narada, Shukadeva Goswami, the Kumaras, Kapila, Prahlada, Janaka, Bali, Yamaraja, etc. But in the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam especially, the confidential parts of his activities are described by the confidential devotee Shukadeva Goswami. In the Vedanta Sutras or Upanishads, there is only hint of the confidential parts of his pastimes. In such Vedic literatures such as Upanishads, etc., the Lord has expressively been distinguished from the mundane conception of his existence. His identity being fully spiritual, his form, name, quality, paraphernalia, etc., have been elaborately distinguished from matter, and therefore he is sometimes misunderstood by less intelligent persons as impersonal. But factually, he is a supreme person, Bhagavan, and he is partially represented as Paramatma or impersonal Brahman. Text 25. Yada hi adharmena taddiyo nripa जीवन्ति तत्रैष हि सात्वतः किल दधे भागं सत्यं ऋतं दायं यशो भावाय रूपाणि दधाद्युगे युगे yadha whenever he assuredly adharmena against the principles of God's will tamaha diyaha persons in the lowest material modes nrupaha kings and administrators Jivanti live like animals, tatra thereupon, eshaha he only, satvataha transcendental, kila certainly, dathe is manifested, bhagam supreme power, satyam truth, ritam positiveness, dayam mercy, yashaha wonderful activities, bhavaya for the maintenance, rupani in various forms, dadhat manifested, yuge different periods, yuge and ages. Translation. Whenever there are kings and administrators living like animals in the lowest modes of existence, the Lord, in his transcendental form, manifests his supreme power, the truth positive, shows special mercy to the faithful, performs wonderful activities, and manifests various transcendental forms as is necessary in different periods and ages. Purport. As mentioned above, the cosmic creation is the property of the Supreme Lord. This is the basic philosophy of Ishopanishad. Everything is the property of the Supreme Being. No one should encroach upon the property of the Supreme Lord. One should only accept what is kindly awarded by him. Therefore, the earth or any other planet or universe is the absolute property of the Lord. The living beings are certainly his part and parcels or sons, and thus every one of them has a right to live at the mercy of the Lord to execute his prescribed work. No one therefore can encroach upon the right of another individual man or animal without being so sanctioned by the Lord. The king or the administrator is the representative of the Lord to look after the management of the Lord's will. He must therefore be a recognized person like Maharaja Yudhishthira or Parikshit. Such kings have full responsibility and knowledge from authorities about the administration of the world. But At times, due to the influence of the ignorance mode of material nature, tamoguna, or the lowest of the material modes, kings and administrators come into power without knowledge and responsibility. And such foolish administrators live like animals for the sake of their own personal interest. The result is that the whole atmosphere becomes surcharged with anarchy and vicious elements. Nepotism, bribery, cheating, aggression, and therefore famine, epidemic, war, and similar other disturbing features become prominent in human society. Hmm. And the devotees of the Lord or the faithfuls are persecuted by all means. All these symptoms indicate the time of an incarnation of the Lord to re establish the principles of religion and to vanquish the maladministrators. This is also confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita. The Lord then appears in his transcendental form without any tinge of material qualities. He descends just to keep the state of his creation in a normal condition. The normal condition is that the Lord has provided each and every planet with all the needs of the native living beings. They can happily live and execute their predestined occupations to attain salvation at the end, following the rules and regulations mentioned in the revealed scriptures. The material world is created to satisfy the whims of the Nitya Baddha or everlasting conditioned souls, just as naughty boys are provided with playing cradles. Otherwise, there was no need of the material world. But when they become intoxicated with the power of material science to exploit the resources lawfully without the sin of so only for sense gratification, there is necessity of the Lord's incarnation to chastise the rebellious and to protect the faithful. Wow, they become intoxicated with the power of material science. Very nice. When he descends, he exhibits superhuman acts just to prove his supreme right, and materialists like Ravana, Hiranyakashipu, Kamsha, etc., are sufficiently punished. He acts in a manner which no one can imitate. For example, the Lord, when he appeared as Rama, bridged the Indian Ocean. When he appeared as Krishna, from his very childhood, he shows superhuman activities by killing Putana, Aghasura, Shakatasura, Kaliya, etc. And then his maternal uncle Kamsa. When he was at Dwaraka, he married 16,108 queens, and all of them were blessed with sufficient number of children. The sum total of his personal family members amounted to about 100,000, popularly known as the Yadu Vamsha. And again, during his lifetime, he managed to vanquish them all. He's famous as Govardhana Dhari Hari because he lifted at the age of only 7 the hill known as Govardhana. The Lord killed many undesirable kings in his time, and as Kshatriya, he fought chivalrously. He is famous as the Asamaudra, unparalleled, no one is equal to or greater than him. Text 26. It's very nice that they're intoxicated by material knowledge, because as a fact, all the scientists or all, even not even scientists, even like so-called persons interested in science, they're all very puffed up of their, their scientific exploitation. But there's
Yes,
nothing to be puffed up about if you really think about it, because as the science develop, only they're exploiting others. Otherwise, people can live very happily if I do not take what is more than required for me. You know, like of course, as it's stated in the purport, as it's stated in Sri Shopanishad 1, puffed up civilization.
yes,
Aho alam shlagyahatmam yadokulam. Aho alam punyatamam madhovarnam. Yad esha pumsham rishabha shriyapatihi swajanmana kshankramenena chanchati. Aho, O alam, verily. Slagya Atmam, supremely glorified. Yadoho, of King Yadu, Kulam, dynasty. Aho, O alam, verily. Punyatamam, supremely virtuous. Madhorvanam, the land of Mathura, yet because Eshaha, this Pumsham of all the living beings, Rishabhaha, supreme leader, Shriyaha, of the goddess of fortune, Patihi, husband, Swajanmana, by his appearance, Chantram Manena, by crawling, Cha Anchati, glory's translation. Oh, how supremely glorified is the dynasty of King Yadu, and how virtuous is the land of Mathura, where the supreme leader of all beings, the husband of the goddess of fortune, has taken his birth and wandered in his childhood. Purport: in the Bhagavad Gita, the personality of Goddess Sri Krishna has expressively given a description of his transcendental appearance, disappearance, and activities. Sorry. The Lord appears in a particular family or place by his inconceivable potency. He does not take his birth as a conditioned soul quits his body and accepts another body. But his birth is like the appearance and disappearance of the sun. The sun arises on the eastern horizon, but that does not mean that the eastern horizon is a parent of the sun. The sun is existing in every part of the solar system, but he becomes visible at a scheduled time and also becomes invisible at another scheduled time. Similarly, the Lord appears in this universe like the sun and again leaves our sight at another time. He exists at all times and at every place, but by his costless mercy, when he appears before us, we take it for granted that he has taken his birth. Anyone who can understand this truth in terms of the statements of the revealed scriptures certainly becomes liberated just after quitting the present body. Liberation is obtained after many births and after great endeavor and patience and perseverance. Liberation is obtained after many births and after great endeavor in patience and perseverance, in knowledge and in renunciation. But simply by knowing in truth about the Lord's transcendental birth and activities, one can get liberation at once. That is the verdict of the Bhagavad Gita. But those who are in the darkness of ignorance conclude that the Lord's birth and activities in the material world are similar to those of the ordinary living being. Such imperfect conclusions cannot give anyone liberation. His birth, therefore, in the family of King Yadu as a son of King Vasudeva and his transfer into the family of Nanda Maharaja in the land of Mathura are all transcendental arrangements made by the internal potency of the Lord. The fortunes of the Yadu dynasty and that of the inhabitants of the land of Mathura cannot be materially estimated. If simply by knowing the transcendental nature of the birth and activities of the Lord one can get liberation easily, we can just imagine what is in store for those who actually enjoyed the company of the Lord in person as a family member or as a neighbor. All those who are fortunate enough to associate with the Lord, the husband of the goddess of fortune, certainly obtain something more than what is known as liberation. Therefore, rightly, the dynasty and the land are both ever glorious by the grace of the Lord. Text 27. Aho bata swar yashashtrikshakari kushashtali punya yashkari bhuvaha pashyanti nityam yad anugraheshitam smitavalokam swapatim smayaj prajaha. Aho bata, how wonderful this is. Swar, Yasha, Shaha, glories of the heavenly planets. Tirashkari, that which defeats. Kushashtali, Dwaraka, Punya, virtue. Yashashkari, famous. Bhuvaha, the earth planet. Pashyanti, see, Nityam, constantly, Yat, that which. Anugraha, Ishitam, to bestow benediction. Smita, Avalokam, glance with the favor of sweet smiling. Swapatim, onto the soul of the living being, Krishna. Sma, used to. Yat, Rajaha, the inhabitants of the place. Just give me 30 seconds, I'll just drink water.
Oh, yes, Prabhu. You can take 1 minute even.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Haribol.
Karthik Prabhu is very precise.
Yes. He has counted every second of the day. He says,
So,
now I take 20 seconds to do this.
yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. No, not like that. I just don't want to disturb the flow, because all of you are also like reading along, so I don't want to be inconvenienced. Okay,
So-
translation. Undoubtedly, it is wonderful that Dwaraka has defeated the glories of the heavenly planets and has enhanced the celebrity of the earth. Wow. The inhabitants of Dwaraka are always seeing the soul of all living beings, Krishna, in his loving future. He glances at them and favors them with sweet smiles. Purport. The heavenly planets are inhabited by demigods like Indra, Chandra, Varuna, Vayu, etc., and the pious souls reach there after performance of many virtuous acts on earth. Hmm. Modern scientists agree also that the timing arrangement in higher planetary systems is different from the earth. Oh. Thus, it is understood from the revealed scriptures that the duration of life there is 10,000 years by our calculations. 6 months on the earth is equal to 1 day on the heavenly planets. Hare Krishna.
Mm,
Haribol.
Haribol. I remembered actually. I've seen this before. The modern scientists in our school textbooks, there used to be, they showed how much is 1 year in different planets, and they showed some calculations and like this.
Hmm. So 6 months on earth is 1 day for them. Hmm.
Yes.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
like,
but
because when winter comes, everything becomes dark, it's the night, and when summer comes, everything becomes light, it's the daytime. So it makes sense
Hmm.
also.
yeah, but according to Prabhupada, we don't need to go there to experience some uh, for the mode of goodness, for example, especially in Brahma Muhurta, 1 hour equal to 5 hours in during
Oh, is
our
it?
day. Yes, Prabhu.
Really?
There is quote of Prabhupada said that 1 hour of lecture in Brahma Muhurta is equal to 5 hours
Oh, is
during
it?
daytime. Yes, Prabhu. So this is, I try to share this many times because Prabhupada himself said in a quote that this is very convenient, you see? So why? Because actually everyone is struggling to read, but actually if you wake up early, especially in Brahma Muhurta, you read 10 minutes, it's equivalent to 1 hour, Prabhu. So there is no excuse that we could not read during the day. There is no excuse at all. And this is Shastra because Prabhupada said himself in a lecture. So the mode of goodness is very, very effective and important. We cannot, miss this time of the day. So Prabhupada gave everything actually to us so that we can perform our sadhana very well. But those who will take advantage of it will surely progress. But those who want to stay like this, yeah, you can. For millions of years, you can still go on like this, no problem. So I just share this tip because when I found this beautiful quote, I said, "Whoa, this is game changing for everyone." Those who said, "Oh, I don't have time to read," please, you just wake up at Brahma Muhurta, you read 10 minutes, it's okay for the day. What excuse do you have? Please. You see, this is very practical actually. You just have to wake up early. No, so it's very convenient, and I hope that when I read that, in the Evelyn Planet, like 6 months is one day there, yeah, but in the mode of goodness also we have some benefit here. But those who
Yeah.
will take advantage, yeah, they will progress surely. And you can see the result. His Grace Gopal Prabhu never missed any Mangalachi since he was initiated. He never missed. So you see, you can see the result. And he always preached like this. He always said, You have to wake up at Brahma Muhurta, because otherwise you are not serious, and you can say to your spiritual life bye-bye. You can kiss your spiritual life and you can say bye-bye. He said like this. Why? Because this is very important. And when I found those quote, like, this is like a treasure for me, because what excuse do you have? You can't wake up at least. You can chant one round, and one round is equivalent to more, actually, because it's not only for reading. 1 hour of reading is equivalent to 5 hours, but 1 hour of chanting, it's 5 hours of chanting in Brahma Muhurta. You see how you can progress very quickly. Everything is simplified. This is a sacred time. So that's why I always emphasize about this, because I can see the result when I associate with that time. I can see, this is day and night difference. So please, once again, take advantage. Prabhupada, he give everything. So
Pramod,
we can.
Brahma Muhurta is 45 minutes right now. So within 45 minutes, how do you finish both the chanting and the reading at that time?
Prabhu, actually, I'm up before Brahma Muhurta. I'm up
Haribol.
like 3 hours before Brahma Muhurta, Prabhu.
Haribol.
Yeah.
Prabhu,
So I have time to do most of my sadhana. I perform in the morning itself. Then I have much time to do seva. I don't mind about my sadhana no more, because I read in the morning in Brahma Muhurta, and I chant all my round before Brahma Muhurta itself.
yes, Prabhu. I
So
think it is 1.5 hours, isn't it? I remember.
yes, 1.5 hours, and Prabhupada never talk about 45 minutes or something like that. He just said you have to wake up at 1.5 hour before sunrise. That's all. Every time I read this, the instruction in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, everywhere, I try to find many quotes. He always said you just have to wake up 1.5 hour before sunrise, and then you perform your spiritual activity.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah.
He said in
So
purport than
and
hour.
And in Krishna book, in chapter 70, I always talk about this, but there is so much instruction in there. Krishna himself said that he will wake up 3 hours before sunrise. And when you look to some great personality, just like Prabhupada, he will wake up at 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. to translate Bhagavatam. Why he choose that time? Because that time is like sacred time. That time is the time when you can connect really well with Krishna. He will not do something whimsically. He's pure devotee. So if we follow his footsteps, then we can advance quickly in Krishna consciousness, no doubt. That's why I always try to encourage everyone to take advantage of this time, because you can sleep during the passion and ignorance. What's the matter? It's okay. You can better to sleep, to have rest during the day, during tamagun also, than to remain awake during tamagun till very late at night, and then you mess up all your sadhana in the morning, because you will wake up very late. This is a bad habit. This is ashula habit. This is ashula habit. Who will stay at night? Like, only ashula will stay very late at night. We should take advantage of the morning. This is the mode of goodness. Mode of goodness is the we should be fixed up in the mode of goodness. So if we don't associate with that mode, there is no chance for us to just make some spiritual advancement. No chance at all. That's why I always try to give the tips, because I search a lot about this, Prabhus. I guarantee you, every time I read, I try to read something about Brahma Muhurta, about, if Prabhupada said something in a letter. And that's why I found this lecture in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. This is lecture of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam 1:1:1, Canto 1. You know, this is the lecture of that. And this is so convenient, Prabhu. Just 10 minutes in Brahma Muhurta, you read 1 hour. Just like when you can teleport yourself and you go to any planet, then you can perform 6 months of bhakti in 1 day. It's so convenient, please. Because this is the mode of goodness. See? So, yeah, take advantage, Prabhus. I don't want to disrupt the whole flow, but yeah, it was tempting, you know. When you talk about the heavenly planet, the time, everything, I say, oh.
Yes, Prabhu.
But in the mode of goodness, everything is amplified. This Brahma Muhurta time is magic. Magic, you know. It takes place after the rasa dance. This is the reference is in Krishna book 33, chapter 33. You know, the reference is there. You know, after the rasa dance, then when Krishna said, "Oh, you can," he said to the gopi, "You can go home now. You know, it's okay. Now. You can go home." Then after that, you know, it explained that okay, it was like 1 day of Brahma, 1 day and 1 night of Brahma. The whole rasa dance is 1 day and 1 night of Brahma, and after that, it transformed into the Brahma Muhurta. This rasa dance transformed into Brahma Muhurta. So you see how auspicious it is. And if we don't take advantage of that, we are full number one. Definitely. I don't want to talk like this, but yeah, definitely we are full number one. The rasa dance is like the topmost pastime of the Lord. The topmost. There is no equivalent to that. So after that, Brahma Muhurta just manifests. So we don't take advantage of that. Definitely, we are full number one. So yeah, I don't want to talk much more about this, but I can elaborate much more. But I will do it. You know, when we can gather, you know, we can have more devotee, huh? And I can elaborate more on this because I've you know, collect so many information about this. And I would be very, very pleased to just share with you all because, yeah, this is so important. So important. That's why I always try to motivate and encourage all of you to associate with that Brahma Muhurta, because then you can really make some good advancement in Krishna consciousness. You can become very determined. All the quality of the Deva, all the quality of the Devatas, you can manifest in you gradually. You know, so please just yeah, don't sleep late and try to take advantage of that time. And yeah, you can take some small nap and you can sleep during the day, no problem. You know, you can arrange. Krishna will arrange for you, but never miss one Brahma Muhurta, please. This is so important, so important. And the chanting will be much more, you know, you will chant with much more quality actually. At that time, you are much more focused. It's not only us, but or even the materialistic man, you know. Those who want to be rich, they wake up very early, I guarantee you. They will not sleep very late. They are very good, hygienic life. Why? Because they want to have more wealth, you know, more money. So we need to develop our consciousness, and we want eternal life. So it's much more valuable than wealth. Any wealth in this world, we want Krishna. Actually, we want to capture Krishna in our heart. So I think we can make this little sacrifice and this little arrangement. This is a good habit to develop. Wake up to sleep earlier and to wake up earlier. This is a very good habit to develop some very good mind and intelligence and everything. This is healthy. We shouldn't develop some ashura quality. This is not good. And definitely we will be on the mode, if we associate so much with Tamagun. Be on the mode. We have enough during the day, please, the passion. We have enough agitation in our mind. Please don't put ghee into fire. It's not worth. So take advantage, Prabhu. It's very important. I want to see you all in Japa session. It's like, I can't do this alone. It's not my thing. I just want to encourage you, all of you. I can do this. I can wake up. I have no difficulty to wake up at all. So I just want to motivate all of you, because this is not my word. This is the word of our beloved Acharya, and Krishna himself, and even His Grace Sunagopal Prabhu. Everyone is talking about this. Everyone is stressing about this. I never heard Prabhu said, "Oh, no, it's okay if you don't wake up in Brahma Muhurta." I never heard him said like this. So please take advantage. I hope that you will finally understand someday. I will keep talking like that when I have some opportunity. So thank you very much. And 10 minutes in Brahma Muhurta, 1 hour of reading complete. And your mind is fresh at that time, and you can, record. You can actually have more like memory. The memory will be much more effective at that time. I experienced this myself, because I read sometimes more than 30 minutes in Brahma Muhurta, because I finished my round before Brahma Muhurta, and I can do that. And actually, it's much more better to read at that time. Really, the mind is fresh, very fresh, and you soak everything, like everything. So please experience this, and at least you can complete 1 hour very easily. And I want to see everyone to have some, a good mark in your sadhana card, because I give you this transcendental tip. It comes from Prabhupada. Please take this. This is free. Please go on. 10 minutes in Brahma Muhurta, 1 hour. Finish.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, if we chant without taking bath, can we read without taking bath also?
I already shared the verse for you. It's in Madhya. I think this is 25, 3. Forget. I will share with you again. It's in Madhya. It says that actually, for those who can't take bath because of some, bad condition, perhaps you're sick, or for you, for example, I already shared the quote with you. You can actually bath yourself with the Maha Mantra. Just by chanting, you take bath. How convenient it is. How convenient it is.
I was asking that, may I read also without bathing?
Yeah, you can also. It's reading, it's non-different than chanting, actually. We are doing Shravanam, Kirtanam. When we read, we are doing Shravanam and Kirtanam. And when you chant, you are doing the same thing, Shlivanam and Kirtanam, right? You are hearing and chanting. You are doing the same thing. So it's non-different, Prabhu. So, of course, for your case, I already shared the quotes for you. Krishna arranged so nicely, so even you can perform bhakti very well. You see? So this is the Krishna consciousness. This is the power of Krishna consciousness. Everyone can take part of this process. Everyone. Even those who can't, move like you, you can take this process, and you can get purified. You can go back home, back to Godhead. Haribol, all glory is to Srila Prabhupada. All glory is to him. He is the one who gives us all this sublime process, Otherwise, we will remain in our hellish condition, in our asura condition. Now we should follow the instruction and try to progress and go back home, back to Godhead. What are we doing here? Please. So yes, Prabhu, please continue. You can read, you can chant, do whatever you can do, Prabhu. For you, there is no.
Yes.
Yeah, please. You have to take advantage. It's when I talk like this and at that time like this, I don't want to disrupt any flow, but it was needed, because everyone need to hear that. It's for you all. Don't miss this Brahma Murta, please. If this is this is so important, don't miss that. Otherwise, you will remain in the modes. Again, during the day, you say, "Oh, I can't control my mind." It's always yes, but associate regularly with Brahma Murta. Do this very seriously for 1 month, and then come back to me and say that no, Prabhu, you're wrong. This not work. Impossible. Impossible. You do this for 1 month. Please try it. Don't miss one single Brahma Murta, and you will see how you will be determined and enthusiastic, and it's day and night. Day and night changes. Day and night. There is no comparison. No comparison. We can see those who are very enthusiastic. They are all waking up in Brahma Murta. We can see, this is not something secret. We can see those who are very enthusiastic, those who are like quite fixed up in their service. They all wake up in Brahma Murta to chant, or to attend Mangala Arati. In the temple, there is no compromise about this. But first of all, the temple should be our body. The temple should be our body, our mind, our words. This is our temple. Why we put the chilak on our body? Because this is the temple of Krishna. This is where we perform bhakti. Before going to the temple, you have one temple. This is one machine. But this is also a temple. We use that to elevate the soul inside. So please take advantage. Don't wait when you go to the temple to follow everything. No, you have to develop this good habit even without going to the temple. And when you go there, then you already have this good habit. It's very nice. So yeah, please. Yeah, the heavenly planet is already in Brahma Murta. All the convenience there, it's already in Brahma Murta. Just associate with that time and progress in bhakti and be happy, please. And then you will become enthusiastic and you will have taste to serve, to do service, to serve everyone. So please, thank you very much. Jai Shri Prabhupada. Please forgive me to disrupt the flow and to, please forgive me. I always
No, Prabhu, thank you so much
get
for
carried
your
away by
very much
by
appreciation.
that.
Join the morning program better.
No, Prabhu, thank you so much for your association and your very important small lecture. Yes, you're right. We all come for Brahma Muhurta time and chant along with you. And yes, Prabhu, very good.
Thank you, Prabhu. I will
So,
be always
yes,
trying to encourage all of you and motivate all of you. It's not that I give you some order. I don't give you any order. I just try to convey what Srila Prabhupada said in his lectures, in his teaching. I just try to convey with compassion and love, because I love all of you and I really want you to progress. And I do it myself. I just the best way to teach someone is to teach by example. This is the way that Acharya teach. He teach by example. Prabhupada showed us that he was waking up he was also sick. He was pure devotee, but sometimes he will fall sick also. He will have some toothache, he will have some very bad thing, sometimes physically. But he will always wake up very early. Always he teach by example. Always. Because this is the way. If I was not waking up early, I wouldn't have the right to just talk like this. But I wake up early. I try to take advantage of that time because I really realize that, yeah, there is day and night transformation. Day and night. The fire will just go up and up and up. When you say with that time, you will be enthusiastic as hell. Like, there's no end of it. Why I distribute book every day? Why I'm alone physically. Like I do this alone every day. Since I was not even initiated, I began to distribute book like this. Halinam Sankirtan, 4 hours, 5 hours, and just distribute book like this alone. Why? Because I associate with that time. I'm very enthusiastic to do seva. Why? Because I associate with that time. If I miss one Brahma Muhurta, my day is messed up. Finish. Finish. And it's not my statement, but in chapter 70 of Krishna book, you can read all the chapter if you want. But I think this is only a small part in the beginning. You can read it. Everything is there. Krishna and Rukmini Devi, they teach by example how we should take advantage of this time. Krishna and Rukmini Devi, goddess of fortune, they teach us how we can take advantage of this time. And I know why. If I mess up one Brahma Muhurta, then I can't distribute book. I can't have the fire. I can't do Harinam. I guarantee you, this is practical. This is not something I just made up. I share with you my own experience. I guarantee you, if I miss one Brahma Muhurta, my whole day, my mind will go crazy and I will do some crazy thing. That's why I'm very disciplined to not miss one Brahma Muhurta. I will not sleep even. I will not sleep even. If I sometimes come back home very late, I will not sleep even to not miss that time. And then I will sleep in passion and ignorance. I will find some small time, and I will sleep then. Because, I don't want to miss that time. Definitely. And when I shared this with His Grace Sunagopal Prabhu, he said the same thing to me. And I saw this myself when he was in Reunion Island. He wake up very early, but in the mode of passion, sometimes he will take nap, he will sleep, Prabhus. Don't think he don't sleep, huh? He sleep, but he sleep in mode of passion or ignorance. But he's up 1 a.m., 2 a.m., he's up, but he sleep. They sleep during those times who are not very beneficial to our Krishna consciousness, to our practice in Krishna consciousness. So this is intelligence, Prabhus. This is intelligent to use our time properly. In Canto 12, there is, I will share with you after this, I will share with you after this session. There is a quote in Canto 11. Yeah, it is said that there is pure time and impure time. Like there is pure place and impure place. There is pure paraphernalia and there is impure paraphernalia. Everything is like this. So there is pure time and impure time. And he explained that Brahma Muhurta is the pure time. And it's the time that we should practice more our devotional activity, sadhana. Everything will be very much amplified, intensified at that time. But if we practice Krishna consciousness in passion and ignorance, then we will develop those qualities. The quality that abides in that mode, in mode of passion and ignorance. We will develop those qualities. That's why we should practice our sadhana. Most of our sadhana should be performed in the mode of goodness itself. And then you can develop good quality, the Devata's quality, the qualities that Krishna lists on the chapter 16, verse 1 to 3 of Bhagavad Gita. And you can find it also in the Canto 11, chapter 25, 2 to 3 to 5. You can find the same, like the quality of the mode of goodness, quality of the mode of passion, ignorance. So all the quality of the mode of goodness you can manifest. It's not you will work to obtain it. No, it will manifest automatically. After sometimes the purification, you need to purify yourself. So after sometimes, after you regularly associate with the mode of goodness, especially Brahma Muhurta, then those quality, divine quality, will manifest in you. This is how to become pure devotee. This is how to become advanced devotee. There's no shortcut. There's no, but it's okay. Perhaps I can chant. No. Every time I try to ask His Grace Gopal Prabhu, Tadvavit Prabhu, Prahlad Prabhu, everyone is saying the same thing. Everyone is saying the same thing. Yes, you should take up this. Every devotion, our sadhana we should perform in Brahma Muhurta. And His Grace Prabhu, when he knew that sometimes, most of the time I finish my round before Brahma Muhurta, he said, "Oh, this is very good habit," because after that you can serve. You have most time to serve because you finish your round, and you with this tip you can even read. So you finish for the day. You can perform well your seva. You don't mind about, I have still 3 rounds pending, I have still 5 rounds, 6 rounds pending, I have to chant. And try to chant in a mode of passion, please. Try to chant in a mode of ignorance. This is very hard. The mind is so crazy and you don't even want to chant. Sometimes when round pending, you have 5 rounds to finish, especially at that time, you don't want. You want to sleep, you want to scroll into the internet, but you don't want to chant because, this is Tamagun. This is Tamagun. So, most of our round, we should chant at the morning. Most. If we can do 10 rounds, we do 10 rounds. If we can do 5 rounds, do 5. But we should give everything. Like, okay, I will chant more. And then, if still you have some round pending, then you can. But you chant most of your round in the morning itself. Then you will have more effect. It will have more effect in your consciousness, everything. So, I can go on like this forever, but you get the point. Please associate in a mode of goodness, especially in Brahma Muhurta. And if you can, at least 5 or 10 minutes, it will, it is very quick in the morning, 10 minutes in the morning is like few minutes, or even few seconds. You don't realize that 10 minutes pass like this, So that's why it's like not the normal time. This is not something, Prabhupada will never share something like this whimsically. This is for our benefit. And he said in the same lecture, he said, it is so convenient. So if we take advantage of that, then we perform most of our sadhana in the morning itself. Then you can experience what it is to be, have a cool head, mind, and peaceful mind, and you become happier. The first symptom is that you just become happier. So this is the symptom of good chanting also. When you chant quite nice round, you feel happier after that. If you don't feel happier, then it's that, you should focus more. But actually when you chant, the first symptom is that you become happy. After chanting, you are happy, you are enthusiastic, you are on fire. This is normal because Krishna is fresh, Krishna is young, Krishna is not some old, sages with beard. No, It's not like this. He is fresh, young, have a lot of energy. So when you chant nice round, the first symptom is that you feel so peaceful and happy. Why? Because you chant attentive round. That's why you can check yourself very easily. Just when you eat something. When you eat something, you don't need some certificate to some PhD degree person to told you, oh, you eat nicely, huh? You know you eat nicely. You know it give you energy or it give you some lethargic mood. You know it by yourself. So by chanting good round, you know when you chant good round because you feel so energetic, you feel so happy, so peaceful. Only Krishna is in your mind. Only to serve Prabhupada. Oh, I need to do that. Oh, I need to preach to that person. Oh, he engage you in this service. We pray like that. Prabhupada said, please engage me in this. This is the meaning of Hare Krishna. Please engage me in your service. So the Lord engage you in his service when you chant good round. And you distribute book and you preach and you talk like this. You're fire up, Yes. Because this is the way. This is, you don't need any certificate to to know that you eat well, that you are full. No, you don't need. You know by yourself. So yeah, just please take advantage. And thank you very much for. I saw this. You are becoming very regular, joining the reading session. I'm very much happy, and this is very encouraging and very inspiring. Please continue, Prabhu's. This is so nice. Me and Sami Prabhu, we will relay. We will make sure that every day we will have a reading session. Every day, and even if sometimes there is some inconvenience, I will take up the reading session. I will try to push this. This is very important. We should read as much as we can, especially when our mind is agitated. Please don't try to chant. Read first. When your mind is agitated, please read first. This comes from His Grace Nimai Nitai Prabhu. He said, better to read before, when our mind is agitated, when we are in the mode, just read. Just 30 minutes, we read, and then we can chant. So take advantage of this and be more happy. And I hope that you will make some good progress in your sadhana and everything. I hope everyone will score some good mark. We need to be up there, like 600 points. This is okay, this is accessible. This is not something that very hard to do. I already give you all the tips now. At least 1 hour of lecture reading is complete now. And of course, you have to read more. I just give you this tip that at least you can read 1 hour now. And it don't come from me. It come from Srila Prabhupada. Please, I have the reference. Sami Prabhu had, Pranja Prabhu had. I already share with them. Those who were here and listen, and even Shrida Krishna Prabhu also. So please take advantage, and I want to see that all of you step up, and show His Grace Prabhu that we're becoming serious in our Krishna consciousness. We want to get out of this prison. We want to get out of here, please. What is good here? So thank you very much. Jai Shri Prabhupada. Haribol.
Thank you. All glories to you, Prabhu. Thank you so much for your kind association and help. Yes, Prabhu, we'll all come and we'll share some nice verses also so that maybe more devotee can get inspired and take your association to make our life and pleasing to Prabhupada. Okay, so where was I? Okay, 6 months on earth is equal to 1 day on the heavenly planets. Facilities of enjoyment are also similarly enhanced, and the beauty of the inhabitants is legendary. Damn. Common on the earth are very much fond of reaching planets because they have heard that comfort of life are far greater there than on earth. They are now trying to reach the moon by spacecraft. Considering all this, the heavenly planets are more celebrated than the earth. But the celebrity of the earth has defeated that of the heavenly planets because of Dwaraka, where Lord Sri Krishna reigned as king. Three places, namely Vrindavana, Mathura, and Dwaraka, are more important than the famous planets within the universe. Haribo. These places are perpetually sanctified because whenever the Lord descends on earth, he displays his transcendental activities, particularly in these three places. They are perpetually the holy lands of the Lord, and the inhabitants still take advantage of the holy places, even though the Lord is now out of their sight. The Lord is the soul of all living beings, and He desires always to have all the living beings in their Swarupa or in their constitutional position to participate in transcendental life in His association. His attractive features and sweet smiles go deep into the where it was, go deep into the hearts of everyone, and once it is so done, the living being is admitted. Oh, please scroll. In the kingdom of God, from which no one ever returns. This is confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita. The heavenly planets may be very famous for better facilities of material enjoyment, but as we learn from the Bhagavad Gita 9.20 to 21, one has to come back again to the earth planet as soon as the acquired virtue is finished. Dwaraka is certainly more important than the heavenly planets because whoever has been favored with the smiling glance of the Lord shall never come back again to this rotten earth, which is certified by the Lord Himself as a place of misery. Not only this earth, but also all the planets of the universes are places of misery because in none of the planets within the universe is there eternal life, eternal bliss, and eternal knowledge. Any person engaged in devotional service of the Lord is recommended to live in one of the above mentioned three places, namely Dwaraka, Mathura, or Vrindavana, because devotional service in these three places is magnified. Those who go there to follow the principles and terms of instruction imparted in the revealed scriptures surely achieve the same result as obtained during the presence of Lord Sri Krishna. His abode and he himself are identical, and a pure devotee under the guidance of another experienced devotee can obtain all the results even at present. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaura Premanande Hari Hari Bo. All right, so now we shall read the Shikshashtakam. चेतोदर्पणमार्जनं भवमः दावाग्निर्वापनं श्रेयकैरवचन्द्रिकावितरणं विद्यावानुजीवनम् आनन्दं बुद्धिवर्धनं प्रतिपदां पूर्णामृतास्वादनं सर्वात्मा स्नपनं परं विजयते श्रीकृष्णसङ्कीर्तनम् नाम्नामकारि बहुधा निज सर्वशक्तिस्तत्रापिता नियमिता स्मरणेन कालः एतादृशी तव कृपा भगवन्ममापि दुर्दैवमीदृशम् इह जनीनानुरागः तृणादपि सिचेन तरोरिव सहिष्णुना अमानीना मानदेन कीर्तन्यः सदा हरिः Prabhu, next, please scroll down. नादनं न जनं न सुन्दरीं कवितां वा जगदीश कामये मम जन्मनि जन्मनीश्वरे भवतद्भक्तिरहेतुकी त्वयि ऐतनुदा किङ्करं पतितां मां विषमे भवां बदाव कृपाय तव पादपङ्कजाश्रितधूलि सदृशं विचिन्तया Scroll down, Prabhu. नयनं गलदश्रुतया वदनं गद्गदारुधाय गिरा पुलकैर्जितं वपु कदा तव नाम ग्रहणे भविष्यति युगातं निमिषेण चक्षुषा प्रावाशायितं. Can you scroll down? I forgot this one. युगायतं निमिषेण चक्षुषा प्रावाशं शून्यायतं जगत् सर्वं गोविन्द विरहेण मे. How I forgot. अश्लिष्य वा पादरतं पिनष्ट माम् अर्रश्नन् मर्महतं करोति वा यथा तथा वधातु लम्पतो मत्प्राणन तस्य सेवनापरः. So now we can read the English. Sami Prabhu, perhaps you can read this English.
The Krishna Sankirtan, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life of repeated birth and death. The Sankirtan movement is the prime benediction for humanity at large because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss, and it enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious.
O my Lord, your holy name alone can render all benediction to living beings, and thus you have hundreds and millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names, you have invested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. O my Lord, out of kindness, you enable us to easily approach you by chanting your holy names, but I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them.
One should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than the straw in the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and ready to offer all respect to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly.
Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I desire beautiful women, nor do I want any number of followers. I only want your costless devotional service birth after birth. O son of Maharaj Nanda Krishna, I am your eternal servitor, yet somehow or other I have fallen into the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of birth and death and place me as one of the atoms at your lotus feet. O my Lord, when will my eyes be decorated with tears of love flowing constantly when I chant your holy name? When will my voice choke up and when will the hairs of my body stand on end at the recitation of your name?
O Govinda, oh, feeling your separation, I'm considering a moment to be like 12 years or more. Tears are flowing from my eyes like torrents of rain, and I'm feeling all vacant in the world in your absence.
I know no one but Krishna is my Lord, and he shall remain so even if he handles me roughly in his embrace or makes me broken-hearted by not being present before me. He's completely free to do anything and everything, for he's always my worshipable Lord unconditionally. Śrīmad Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai, Shri Shikshashtakam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Now
Yeah.
reading from the 10 offenses.
Haribol.
10 offenses. Yes.
Bhutan, Paya Krishna Pada Premadant. If one is infested with the 10 offenses in the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, despite his endeavor to chant the holy name for many birds, he will not get the love of God. That is the ultimate goal of this chanting. The 10 offenses against holy name are as follows. First offense: to blaspheme the devotees who had dedicated their lives for propagating the holy name of the Lord.
Second offense, to consider the names of demigods like Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma to be equal to or independent of the holy name of Lord Vishnu. Third offense, to disobey the orders of the spiritual master. Fourth offense, to blaspheme the Vedic literature or literature in pursuance of the Vedic version. Fifth offense, to consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be an imagination. Sixth offense, to give some interpretation on the holy name of the Lord. Seventh offense, to commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name of the Lord. Eighth offense, to consider the chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities offered in the Vedas as fruitative activities. Karmakanda, to instruct a faithless person about the glories of the holy name is the ninth offense. And 10th offense, Gaura Shakti Prabhu.
And
All
offense
right, Sami Prabhu.
to not
Yeah.
have complete faith in the chanting of the holy name and to maintain material attachment even after understanding so many instructions of this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be a Vaishnav must guard against these offenses in order to quickly achieve the desired success. Krishna Prem. I offer my respectful obeisances unto all the Vaishnav devotees of the world. They can fulfill the desire of everyone, just like desire trees, and they are full of compassion for the fallen soul. Vancha kalpatalubhyashcham kripasindubhyaevacham pachitanam bhavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo namo namah. Antakuchi Vaishnav Vrind ki jai, Shla Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaura Premanandi. Hari Hari.